The first detailed shots and information about the new Porsche 992 GT3 came up, and I would like to talk about some of the features. Great news is that the GT3 is still a naturally aspirated 4-liter flat 6, it has a manual gearbox, it's not heavier than the previous version, and for the first time in a 911 it has a double wishbone front axle with ball bearings all around. Now let's have a look at aerodynamics. It now has a nicely cleaned up front, and in comparison to the 991, which had air intakes far outside where they needed to catch the air with additional air guides, the 992 has a clustered air intake at the stagnation point. This gives you the advantage of higher pressure at the air inlet and a better pressure difference between in and outlet, which means a more efficient cooling. At the same time, the closer to the stagnation point you take the air in, the better the approaching angle of the air is, so separations are less likely. The more surfaces the air has to travel along, the more boundary layer is building up, and the air which hits the radiator has less energy, which effectively means that you need a bigger radiator to achieve the same cooling performance. So instead of doing this, the 992 GT3 features a big clean air intake in the middle, and the sides are closed to not disturb the air. At the far outside, it looks as if the car has air curtains to guide the flow around the front wheels more efficiently. The very tight package at the front made it necessary to bend the middle radiator. Additionally, the front has bigger nostrils in the carbon fiber bonnet. You let more air out at the top, so you have less front lift and better cooling. What I found very interesting at this picture was that you can see lots of little winglets underneath behind the front wheel to push the inner tire squirt outboard to keep the diffuser flow clean and to send higher energy air towards the back. It's quite amazing to see such a feature on a production car. The new GT3 features a swan neck rear wing mounting, which keeps the underside clean and improves efficiency. It's a one-element wing with no gurney flap, and the end plates shield the suction peak quite nicely. The ducktail supports the rear wing flow and increases pressure at the back to get more air into the intakes. And these intakes have strakes to mix up the boundary layer to ensure flow attachment, and we can see additional openings at the back to improve cooling and to increase the pressure in the wake area. The diffuser has an air gap around for better cooling and for a better diffuser flow attachment. And it looks like you can change diffuser strakes for different setups. So it's another big step for the new GT3, and it's great to see more features of the race car making their way into the production line. Let me know what you think in the comments below.